Hello, 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 and welcome to Beverly's Kitchen. My name is Beverly Lucas, and I am the host of For the Love of Cooking Fridays. What do we do on Fridays? I try to show you how to make a meal from home that is better than the restaurant. Always better than the restaurant. Well, what are we going to make today in Beverly's Kitchen? Let me think about it. Since Thanksgiving is coming on next week, I thought I would do something a little different and show you how to cook some turkey parts. Now, I know everybody likes the traditional, the huge turkey. I have 2 of those in the freezer, but I'm gonna cut one of them up into parts. So today I thought I'd just do a demonstration on how to cook just turkey parts, because you don't have to have the whole turkey. And I'm using the recipe from my own cookbook, For the Love of Cooking. I believe it's page 48 and 49. So I'm gonna put that here, and I'm gonna show you my ingredients, and we are going to get started. Let me introduce our ingredients. We have our turkey wings. We only have 2 because I only cook for 1. We have some thyme, some bay leaves, and we're going to be clipping from my rosemary, because you have to have rosemary with turkey. We have some smoked paprika, seasoning salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and then I have some better than bouillon. Typically, I use a bouillon cube, a chicken bouillon cube, and I still may put one in there. Oh, of course, we have to have our garlic, and I didn't take it out, but I'm gonna get an onion, and we're just gonna put this all together, and let me show you how to do it. You with me? Come on with me. So I have an 8x8 glass baking dish. The one thing that I did not tell you was I've melted 3 tablespoons of butter, and I'm gonna pour that over the chicken wings, just like that. Okay, what the butter does, it helps with the browning process, but it also gives a really good flavor. And now I'm gonna put on my seasonings, onion powder. Ooh, that was a lot. Garlic powder. I'm gonna do both sides. And as I'm doing this, I just want to pause to say just thank you. Thank you for all my new subscribers in 1 week. 300 new subscribers. And when I first started doing this, it was like no one was subscribing. And I told my son one day, I was like, gosh, I can't even get 100 subscribers. And I'll never forget, he said to me, he said, Mom, when have you ever been concerned about numbers? He said, you're doing what you're doing because that's what you love to do. We're not concerned about numbers. And I said, I love my son. And I stopped. I stopped thinking about numbers or anything, but I've been faithful and consistent in posting my videos because I truly, truly love to cook. And the kitchen is the place where I love to be. Okay, so I put my seasoning salt. Now I'm putting up my paprika, and you can see how it's really sticking to the turkey. I love paprika. Then I'm gonna get a little bit of salt. And some pepper, which I didn't take out. Pepper, pepper, pepper. It already smells good. This is so simple. Oh, okay, let me finish doing this. Then I need to preheat my oven. I'm gonna bake them on 350, and I'm gonna bake them for an hour. So here are my onions. I did not cut the onions up. I sliced them, but I didn't chop them up, I should say. And we're just gonna put those on top. I love onions, and this is gonna make a wonderful gravy. And then I had 1 garlic bulb, and I just cut it in 3 pieces because I really just want the flavor of the garlic. So I'm gonna put 1 there, and 1 in there. Then I have my 2 bay leaves. One on that side, one on that side. 2 sprigs of thyme. And then from my very own garden, some rosemary. So that already looks good. What am I missing? I'm missing my bouillon base. Now I have a cup of water here and I have my bouillon base. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use about half a teaspoon and I'm gonna mix it in the water. If it will mix. And then I'm just gonna pour it in the bottom. I know it seems like a lot of water, but trust me on this. Just trust me. So I'm gonna cover this with aluminum foil and we're gonna cook it for about an hour. So I have my piece of aluminum foil. I'm just gonna put it on there like that. Keep all the moisture in. And into the oven it goes. And I'm gonna set my timer for 1 hour. I love using a timer. Okay, the next dish that we're gonna make to go along with our turkey is gonna be some asparagus. One of my friends yesterday posted on Facebook that her asparagus is always stringy. So this is for her. This is my asparagus that I bought yesterday. When you buy asparagus, it should be wet at the bottom. So what I have it in is just a little bit of water, stand it up straight, cover it with plastic. That's how I store it in the refrigerator. Now I do mine probably a little bit differently than most people, or maybe not. So what I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim off the edges. Now they say that you can take one and you can break it where it bends. That's where you cut it off. But I don't like any of that. So I'm taking off about 2 inches. And again, that's just my preference. I'm gonna take this rubber band off. Now the other thing that I do is I peel my asparagus with my potato peeler. Just very lightly. Just like that. It gives it, to me, a bite that is not stringy, chewy, and you can just eat the whole stalk. So I'm going to do all of these, and then we are going to blanch them. Blanching is when you cook a vegetable for about 2 minutes in boiling water, and then you put it in ice. And what that does is it preserves some of the nutrients in the vegetable, but it also stops the cooking process so that our asparagus is a really, really bright green. And then after that, I'm going to put some butter on the skillet, on the grill, a grill pan, a cast iron grill pan, and I'm just gonna let them sear for a few minutes. And that's how you do that. Okay, so we have our water boiling here for our asparagus. To this water, it's about a cup of water, because you don't need a lot. A cup of water and 1 bouillon cube, and now it's boiling. So I have peeled my asparagus and I have cleaned them off. And all I'm gonna do now is just pop them in here. And I'm gonna get a top. Is this one? It's gonna work. It fits. And next to the asparagus, I have my grill pan already. And what I did was I put a little bit of olive oil, and I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter once the olive oil gets hot. Okay, the asparagus has been cooking for about 2 minutes. See how nice and bright and green that is? And I'm just putting it into a bowl of ice. And that's how you blanch. We'll let it sit in there for a minute, and then I will take it out. If my angles seem a little bit different with this video, it's because my apparatus that I use to video broke. I mean, it broke. The whole thing just came off. So I'm doing my best to move my phone around. So just bear with me. Okay, so what do we have here? I have another pot with water, 2 cups of water, and we are going to make 1 cup of rice. Uncle Ben's rice. Why Uncle Ben's? Because my mother only used Uncle Ben's rice. She never let me in the kitchen. She made us get out, and that's what she would say, out the kitchen. And we would leave. However, I was always watching. And my mother loved to cook. She loved to bake. And so I certainly get it from my mother. And in my cookbook, I have one of her recipes for a pound cake. And it's written in her own handwriting. And my mom has Alzheimer's, so something like that is very, very, very special to me. So I thought that I would include it in the book. Did I say how excited I am for all my new viewers? I mean, I am so excited. Welcome to my kitchen. Oh, you're going to get to know me. I like to tell stories. I like to encourage. And I am just really, really excited. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing. It's a big thing to me. So welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, I think it's ready now. Take that asparagus. That's what I wanted to hear. In a single file. And now, I'm just going to turn it one by one. I love asparagus. I have my plate ready. I'm going to get some lemon. Everything is about presentation. We plan, we prepare, we have patience, and then we present. Those are my 4 P's. Okay, our timer is going off, so let's turn it off and let's see what our turkey looks like. Ooh. Let us see, let us see, let us see. Ooh, hot. Okay, let me see. Let me put this back on so I can show you. Or let me bring you over. Looks like that. It's definitely not done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to uncover it and we're going to put some butter on the top. The other thing that I want to do is I want to taste what this gravy is going to taste like to see if I need to add anything to it. Let's see. No, it's delicious. So now we're just going to put it back in, uncovered. For about 30 minutes. Okay, our time is up, so we are going to take out our turkey. Ooh, And let me show you what we have. Beautiful golden. Yes, that's gonna make some great gravy for the rice. So we're gonna do that next. I'm gonna show you how to make gravy. Okay, we are going to make some gravy. I have 2 tablespoons of butter melting. And to that, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of flour. So when you're making gravy, whatever oil you use, and in my case, it's butter. You could use olive oil. And the thing about flour is you want to let it cook out, or else it'll just taste like flour. So we're going to let this cook for a minute. And I also have 2 gravy helpers that I use. I don't use them both in one, but I have this browning and seasoning sauce, and then I have this gravy masters. So I think that's what we're gonna use for this. If the turkey did not have onions in it, then I would have sauteed some onions with this, but because it already has onions, so we're gonna let that cook for a minute. Our rice here is already done. So we have our rice, we have our turkey, we have our asparagus, we have a complete meal. Of course, the flour is used as the thickening agent. Some people use cornstarch. I don't like cornstarch because when you reheat something from cornstarch, it doesn't have the thickening. Something happens to the thickening agent in cornstarch when you reheat it. So I prefer to use flour. This is almost like making a roux, even though that's not what I'm doing. I'm making gravy, but I want to just make sure this is all cooked out. All right, and it's bubbling. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, this is about 1/4 cup of water. I really need my whisk. And then I'm going to add the juice from the turkey. So let me put these back on so I can just pour it in. The secret to smooth gravy is the whisk. It's good. I'm just gonna put a tad of this gravy master, like a 1/2 cupful. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the onions from the turkey. We're going to put that in there. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Where's my pepper? Here it is. And I know people are gonna have something to say about this, but my secret ingredient is always just a little bit of sugar. Just a tad bit. Maybe like a 1/2 teaspoon. Gonna taste it again. Now, let me plate the dish. We are done. We have a complete meal. We have our turkey. Look at that. Really? We have our asparagus. We have our rice with our gravy. And now I just get to feast on this delicious meal because I'm doing what it is that I love to do, which is being in the kitchen, which is cooking, which is teaching. For the asparagus, I'm just going to use my fingers. Perfect. It's not stringy. It's not chewy. It's perfectly done. Now, for the turkey. Okay, now to taste the turkey. Ooh, this just falls apart. Still hot. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Beverly Lucas, the host of For the Love of Cooking. Again, for the third time, I want to thank all my new subscribers. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. You can give me a comment. If you make it, make sure you take a picture of it and send it to me. Most of all, I encourage you to do what it is that you love to do. And the kitchen is the place that I love to be. So that's why I do what I do. I do other things and I love other things, but the kitchen is the place that everything else goes away. And I just focus on my food and my ingredients, period. It's my escape. It's my getaway. And guess what? I found out a long time ago that I'm good at it. So what you see on these videos is what I have been doing my whole life. And, you know, I just thank God for my gifts and my talents in the kitchen. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this not to say this is who I am and all of me. No, I am telling you that. But I'm telling you that your gifts and your talents that are inside of you, don't worry about numbers. Don't worry about who supports you, who does not support you, but do what it is that you love to do. If you want to write that book, write that book. If you want to start that business, start that business. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you love to do, I encourage you to do that. Thank you for stopping by my kitchen, and I can't wait to see you next week for the Love of Cooking Fridays.